Hello, I'm 𝗫𝗀𝗻𝗲𝗏, and today I want to show you how to pass multiple URL parameters to your ManyChat Facebook Messenger chatbot using Google Sheets. And probably you are wondering why? Okay, let's get started. With ManyChat, you can use the Messenger ref URL to include links in your content, like articles, emails, etc., to send your audience to start a particular flow in Facebook Messenger. The Messenger ref URLs are great to help you send traffic to specific flows. For instance, I have this particular one that we see here, 𝗫𝗀𝗺𝗃 with the ref assessment, and it sends my users to take a sales and marketing readiness quiz for business to business. However, until September of last year, it was not possible to pass additional parameters after the assessment here, and that was something that many people, including me, were asking for many months before September when it was released. However, the Messenger ref URL supports only one parameter, and it's a string. It's not a value pair. It's not, okay, parameter 1 equal x. It's just some string. So you can pass a long string that contains several parameters, separating all of the parameters by a special character. Like if you are passing an email and then the name of a company and then the industry of that company, you will have to do something as this: the email dash 𝗫𝗺𝗺𝗺 dash marketing, and I believe you cannot pass white spaces. I haven't tested that, but I believe that's the case. So you have to use another special character to separate the white spaces, to be able to generate the white spaces. Then the whole URL will become something like the string that we see here, the regular Messenger thing with the ref URL, and after that you put dash dash and the special long string that we had before. That's it. Many people early on, I mean a few months ago already, discovered that by doing something like this, they could pass this long string to a server-side script and then use that server-side script to split the text into many fields and then pass that value back to ManyChat. That's fine. The problem that I see with that is, okay, those are services that you have to pay for in addition to what you are paying for ManyChat. In the cases that I have seen, they have limited the number of parameters that you can put, let's say to 5. I don't know if some others have different settings, but what I have seen is up to 5. And in many cases, 5 is enough, but maybe you want to pass more. Maybe you want to have like UTM parameters to be able to know, okay, this comes from this campaign and this medium plus all the other stuff that you want to pass. And if they don't provide that flexibility, then you are kind of stuck. The other thing is, maybe you want to change certain things faster than going to their interface, and okay, what will be the thing that happened after that, and so on. With Google Sheets, one thing that you can do is, besides doing the splitting, you can do other things, and I will show that at the end. Then it becomes much more powerful than the current method, that is to send that to a server-side script. Okay, so why you need to send URL parameters to a Messenger flow, or in which cases that makes sense? Okay, let's say that you already collected data from your users. Before using ManyChat and Messenger chatbots, you were already collecting an email list, and you are doing email marketing and all this other stuff, or you have in your CRM a lot of contacts that you have already some info from them. So maybe you want to pass the email and other stuff to ManyChat so you can use that in specific flows or something, and you don't want to ask that info again because you already asked that. Let's say that you want to run a referral program and you want to send the referrer, the medium, and some other info. If you're only sending the referrer, you don't need to do anything else because you can pass one parameter. So you can do the regular thing that you will do there, but maybe you want to do other stuff. Or maybe you want to create different content upgrades using just one flow. Instead of, okay, I have one ref URL growth tool for each content upgrade. And because I have for each one, I know what's the product that I'm going to deliver once they join the list, or if they have joined the list before, when they rejoin. I don't know if rejoin is the right word, but if they go back and say, okay, I want this content upgrade, now you can tag them, okay, they receive content upgrade 1, 2, 3, whatever. But you can do all of these things with just one flow. And you may have in a Google Sheet, you say, okay, in one particular sheet, you say, okay, if the content upgrade is CU1, I will give them this particular ebook, or if it's CU2, I will give them this particular presentation or some other thing. So you get the idea. And why to use Google Sheets for this? Well, you can split cells using Google Sheets. So this is fairly simple to do there. Now ManyChat allows to add rows and get row by value from Google Sheets directly, so you don't need to use Zapier or Integromat anymore for those kind of things. So you will save a lot of money. And as I said, it's integrated directly in ManyChat, so it's free if you have a pro account. I mean, you have to pay for the pro account, but you don't have to pay for additional services. So you don't need the third-party server-side services or Zapier or Integromat for that fact. And also it allows to do additional cool stuff. And I will show something at the end related to that. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that you want to do is to create a spreadsheet. So you know, okay, let's say that I'm going to pass a string that I will call multi-URL that will contain the email, the company name, and the industry. Okay, so what I need is, once I receive this in this cell in B2 below email, and let's put this to show that this is a title. Let's format this a little bit. And here in B2, I will say equal, and I will use the function split. So you see that there is an autocomplete, and you have to say, okay, what text? So I want to refer to the A2, which is the first case in which I receive the string via ManyChat, and then comma, the delimiter, and let's say the delimiter, we know it's a dash, and comma, and then split by each, you have to say true, and for the last one, remove empty text, let's put true as well. And then we close the formula. Okay, I have an error there. Okay, yeah, the separator here, this is a character, so I have to put the separator character between quote marks. So now it should work. I don't have any error, but it says the parameter 1 should not be empty. Okay, it's because I haven't passed anything. So let's say that I pass here the example that I had before. So now it's working. It says, okay, split the email, the company, and marketing agency. Now this thing also, I have to do some processing with this, but I will do that in a minute. So since I have to have these things with some value before I can do that, I have to change this formula a little bit. So how I do that? I can check before if this cell is blank, what to do, and if it's not blank, to the split. So I add here if is blank, and I refer to exactly what shows here is blank, comma, and if it's blank, return empty. So I put like this, else return this, and it finished with the double parentheses. Okay, did it for me. So now if I remove this, it should work. Okay, so now I can start doing that, but each time that is going to add a row, I need this formula everywhere. So I need to copy this for a lot of records, and that way when I'm doing the thing in ManyChat, and it will start adding things, it will use that formula. Okay, so now let's go to ManyChat. I go to say, okay, add new growth tool, and I will use the messenger ref URL. And you have welcome when you have to change this, of course, to your particular situation. And then we are going to do the setup. So let's call this ref URL test. And we can have the custom field URL. So I created one already that is the one that I'm using here, that is multi-URL. So you have to create that. So multi-URL here and save the widget. So now it's going to pass that. Now let's edit this flow a little bit so we can do what we need to do. So edit, and let's go to the flow builder, and we are going to edit this, and we are going to continue to another step. And here we say, okay, I want to perform an action, and the first action that I want is to Google Sheets action, and I want to insert a row, and I want to select a spreadsheet, URL parameters ManyChat, and select a row. Let's select the sheet 1, and here we are going to pass the parameter that we are just setting up, multi URL, and we save this. Okay, and then we want to add another action. We say now again Google Sheets actions, and this time we want to get row by value. We do the same as before. We select the URL parameters ManyChat, and the same worksheet, and the lookup value will be multi-URL, lookup value multi-URL, and then the email will be the email address here, the company will be company here, and the industry will be, I have here, okay, and I save. Okay, and the next step is, okay, I want to show that it's working, so I will create a new message here, and I will say, hi, name, comma, your email is email address, comma, your company is company, and your industry is industry. Okay, so let's test this thing now. So in order to do this, we go back. Okay, let's change the name of this growth tool here. Let's say ref URL params, and in the setup, I didn't save this. Okay, in the setup, let's copy this to the clipboard, and then let's open a new tab, and I paste the URL, and I pass the string as a parameter with the double dash at the start. And show me your email is 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗺 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗺 and marketing agency. Everything is fine, and if I go to the spreadsheet, it's writing this right there. Okay, so everything is working perfectly. The only thing is now I need to split this thing to separate or to replace that character that I put between marketing and agency to create a blank character. So how I do that? The next step is how to replace the special character that separates two words in a particular parameter. So let's copy these two labels here and rename this one company draft or something, or company original and industry draft as well. The name doesn't matter, it should be different than this one. And then what we want here is to apply a function that is called substitute. And basically I will say, okay, substitute on the cell C2, which is this one. I want to substitute the special character, that is this little thing that I put there. And I want to replace it with a blank space. So I put a quotes mark with a space in between. And then I close the parentheses. And for this case, of course, 𝗚𝗨𝗺𝗺, it doesn't have more than one word, so it doesn't do anything. But if I copy this formula here, we see that it's working for marketing agency. So that's all good. And then I have to copy these formulas going down, so it will do the same thing that we did before automatically. So now we have 245 rows with that. And here as well we have some rows with that, so we can add a few records with this method right now. I mean, of course, if you need more, you can copy that formula down the road. And the next step now is to edit the get row by value on the actions, because now we have to return something different. If we see here, we were returning company from company draft and industry from industry draft, which is not what we want, because we want the clean version. So what we are going to do is put here company. If I type correctly, of course. And I have to remove it from here. And I need to do something like this, otherwise it will create an error. And this, let's create this one, and here I put industry. And now it's set up, and I need to publish. And let's go back to here, to the setup, and let's copy this to the clipboard. And let's create a new case. So paste. And here I had some things that I put before as experiments. So let's say that I will use Amazon Inc. as a company and consumer goods as in industry. So if I put this, it will open Messenger, and it's working. Yes, Amazon Inc. consumer goods. Yeah, I tested this before and I deleted just to make sure that it was going to work. So that's why it's twice, but in reality, it does only once. And if we look in here, it added that. We can do another one. So let's say paste _Gilbert@hotmail.com. I don't have an account with Hotmail, so I don't care. Company, let's say blah, who cares? Blah Inc. or blah LLC. With the separator and then the dash, and now the industry, this it will be food and beverages. Okay, and let's see what happened. And it's working. It's replacing the two white spaces in food and beverages automatically and blah LLC. And if we go here, it's adding that to this table as well. So everything is working fine. Probably you already noticed a little problem with this. I mean, it's working perfectly and there's no real problem, but if you have some bot that is very popular and you have many people clicking in that particular thing, and when you copy the formula, you copy only 200 rows down for all these things. Once you start adding rows for the multi-URL for the things that you don't have formulas under B something, let's say B300, and for company and industry the same E and F 300. If you only copy the formula up to there, then it will not do anything. So it will generate the multi-URL and all these things will be blank, and it will pass blank stuff to ManyChat. So it will not work. So in that case, you will have to be aware and go to the original table and start copying more of the formulas down the road, so it will continue working. But there is a solution for that, and the solution is to do, if you go to tools, is to use the script editor and create a little Google Apps scripts. You can create complex scripts that can do many things. For instance, you can say, okay, once people do something, you can submit an email. You can do that directly from here using app scripts. But that probably is a topic for another video, because this one is already too long. Please let me know if you found this video useful, and if you would like me to produce more videos with advanced tips and tricks of things that you can do with ManyChat together with Google Sheets or with other tools. And I will be glad to create some of those. And please show some love in the comments and share with other people as well. Thanks. Bye.